Hi Tony, this is going to be your reading, and I have your questions right here. And before I get into your questions, I'm going to set a prayer of intention of love and light for you, blessing you and this reading. Okay. I call upon my spirit guides, and I call upon Tony's spirit guides. I call upon all beings of the highest vibration of love and light to surround me at this time. What does Tony need to know most? I seek for this reading to give Tony insight and guidance that can uplift his spirits and that can help him have mind, body, and soul peace and reach his fullest potential in this lifetime. I seek for all messages to be positive, to be uplifting, to be optimistic, and full of so much love. Help me to clearly hear, see, and feel the messages that most need to be said, so I can clearly retrieve the information that is for Tony's utmost highest good. What does he need to know most right now? Guidance that is empowering and inspiring and very uplifting. Help him to truly understand his soul's essence and the wonderful and beautiful creation that he is. Okay, I feel your energy, and right away I feel that in many past lives you were a Native American warrior. That's why I felt guided to use one of my oracle decks called Native American Oracle Cards, which I would recommend you should get for yourself. I feel in this lifetime, when it comes to your purpose, I see you in marches. I see you having this, it's almost this infatuation I'm hearing, which is very interesting, with marches. I feel like in previous lifetimes, you never participated in marches, but you've always wondered in the back of your mind what it would be like to be a part of a group march, a collective march, and all of these individuals are in sync with each other and all standing for the same cause. Because I feel in 1800s and 1900s, I feel you incarnated during times with great marches. Like I just see marches happening all the time through the streets, through the city, and I feel like you've always wanted to participate in these marches, but you've always had this fear of death, this fear of just of being a part of something that was dangerous, revolutionary. There's always been this common thing with you and previous incarnations that are kind of parallel to now because they're influencing you now. Energetically, these are things that are playing out right now based on your energy and what you are dealing with or what you are energetically molding over in your frequency in the here and now. So I feel like you've always kind of observed marches and was like, I wonder, but you've never participated in them. So I feel like in this lifetime you're meant to go outside of your comfort zone and participate in marches that involve you traveling to these locations, because you're meant to be I feel like there's a lot of isolation around you right now. Like I really feel like there's you isolating yourself, like maybe living in a cabin in the woods or something like that, like just living in the woods by yourself with very few people. And I feel like you're in this lifetime you're meant to go so far out of your comfort zone where you're like living in a city, like a big city, and you are participating in a march or a cause that incorporates a lot of people. It's like nationwide. So I feel like there's a lot of this Native American past life energy or parallel life energy that is really strong around your presence right now. That's why I feel like you feel very comfortable in nature. I see so much nature around you, like woods, and you're always in the woods, meditating in the woods. You like to be alone in the woods. You like your solitude in the woods. But I feel that is because a lot of this Native American energy, when you get uncomfortable with life, when you don't understand life, which I feel like you question a lot of things, like what's going on in this world and da-da-da-da, you seek to connect with your Native American past lives, your Native American warrior self. Because I feel like that is when you felt you had the most courage. Because something in this lifetime, you're meant to work with courage. Like standing up courage. Because I feel like in this Native American warrior energy, you very much were someone that stood up. But I'm seeing the Wizard of Oz now, and the lion, the coward lion. So I feel like a common theme that you might have worked with in parallel lives is like this Wizard of Oz, the lion, the coward lion. Okay, where you couldn't speak up, you couldn't express yourself. Okay, this sort of cowardly energy that you've been working with. And I feel like this comes in relationships too. Like I see maybe you've had a relationship and now it's a divorce, but there was some sort of cowardly energy, inability to express yourself, to communicate exactly what you need, to communicate from the heart. And you have so much feminine energy. I feel like you have very few lifetimes being a man. Very few lifetimes. I see a lot of energy, besides the Native American. I feel like you are a warrior. You very much like being a warrior, a protector of the land. You like that energy. It's very much something you are. Because I just see you just referencing your energy, referencing back to this warrior energy when you were the protector of your people in the land, and you were just a leader, like a chief or something, or not a chief. I see you like the chief's general or something like that, you know. But they didn't really have general back then. But the same sort of concept. But they're saying to focus. They want you to really focus on this lifetime. Because I feel like sometimes your energy is just off in these parallel lives, like exploring these parallel lives, like almost checking out. Like when you go in the woods, it's like you're in there for long periods of times, and it's like you have no knowledge of what you're doing in the woods. Like 3 hours go by in like 5 minutes because your mind is like projected in some alternate reality of you as a Native American chief or Native American warrior. So this lifetime is going to be challenging for you because you're meant to, I feel like there's Gemini energy, like there's people energy. You're meant to learn how to cooperate with people. I feel like there's some sort of thing where you feel like you can't cooperate with people. So I feel like this is the lifetime where you're meant to travel to some city where you're around a lot of people and you are really deep in your south node, like deep. Okay, but I feel like the guides have been pushing you to get out of your south node, which is your south node is your comfortability, what you are just used to based on your previous or parallel incarnations. It's just something that feels easy for you, feels fluffy and easy, and you've done it before, so you know how to do it. But you're meant to step into the north node, which I feel for you would be something about revolution, marching for something where you feel powerful, where you feel free, where you're around a lot of people and you are just energized by this crowd of people, which is very different for you. But I feel energetically about you and your unique makeup, and ultimately your reasons for coming to Earth is, as all reasons for coming to Earth, there is a unique experience that you wanted to be able to understand for yourself. Because there's a strong energy of you coming to Earth like a lot of times, energy coming to Earth or having a lot of parallel incarnations on Earth right now in this existence. And there's a lot of things you've wanted to experience, but you didn't allow yourself to experience. Of this fear of death. This energy of this coward energy I just see around you. Like I just see a lot of things, scenarios happening that you were meant to have courage, but you didn't. It's like the fear took hold of you, the fear of death took hold of you, and it caused you to either go in isolation, retreat, just let a situation happen that you could have prevented if you had the courage. So the lion, you know, the courageous lion is something you're working on in this particular lifetime. In this divorce energy of this woman, because I see a woman around you, like a divorce or relationship that ended, I feel like it maybe didn't end in the best of way. I feel like it was a lesson. The ending was a test, a lesson. And I feel like maybe you feel like you failed because of the fact that you, again, there was like this coward thing, like you didn't speak up, you didn't express how you felt, you were maybe lying to this individual, lying to yourself, not telling the truth of what you really feel or so there's just this unresolved thing going on with this woman that it's going to show up again. Okay, because all unresolved things, especially now, are going to show up again and again and again until you truly do what you said you were going to do before you even really came here, okay? What you, in your soul, is really wants to do, to experience. Okay, that it's inside of you. It's just the amnesia sometimes causes us to just go with what is comfortable, what is known to us, rather than the unknown. But the unknown is where you're actually going to find your soul's completion. Soul's completion. So there is this energy of you wanting to have this soul's completion, meaning you've had all of these experiences, like, the Dark Ages, the Bronze Ages, for 5,000 years. You probably have these incarnations in these particular time periods scattered on this timeline, and each of them you have a particular lesson, a particular experience that a lot of times is in corresponds with the zodiac wheel. So imagine like an astrological chart, like a zodiac wheel. You have an incarnation Pisces, and then opposite of it you have an incarnation in Virgo, and an incarnation in Scorpio, and opposite incarnation of Taurus. So you have all of this wheel and all of these dots connecting, like a kind of like looks like a webbing. Okay, all this is connected. So when an incarnation is kind of a dull light, okay, you look at this wheel, almost like it's a globe, a wheel, and in this piece of the pie, you can say, the piece of the pie that represents Pisces is a dim light, meaning you're not really working with it. It creates this spark in all the other zodiac signs, all the other pieces of the pie, to send energy to that to help it to be radiant, to be vibrant. But when you have all of the zodiac energies in your charts, in everyone's chart, the 12, becoming 13 soon, it's a completion. It's a completion. When each pieces of the pie are vibrant, bright, have vitality, then you have this completion. So I feel like right now you're wanting to come to this completion, and one of the aspects that a lot of your incarnations in this timeline of this particular Bronze and Dark Ages is sending energy to you to work on courage. Because that is a part within your aspect that is maybe a little dim. It's not something you've really experienced a lot. You experience courage in your comfort zone, okay, meaning in this Native American warrior lifetime. But now you're meant to experience courage in different forms. Courage that surprises you. Courage that isn't predictable. Okay, courage that requires you to step outside your comfort zone and respond quickly. Okay, like this spontaneity. So I feel like this courage is a lot of times associated, I feel like, with this Leo energy, which is interesting how you come to me for a reading with this Leo full moon that is about to come up. So I'm just feeling more messages that want to come through. You actually, now that I mentioned about this Pisces, you actually are really meant to explore the energy of Pisces. This intuition, which I feel like you have in many lifetimes, but you're meant to explore it from the masculine perspective. I feel like you have many, many lifetimes of a woman, like I mentioned, exploring what it is to be intuitive, what it is to be psychic, but now you're meant to explore it from the masculine energy perspective. Okay, which is exploring intuition through more of the logic, reasoning, rationalizing it. More through an intellectual, analytical aspect of your being, instead of the feminine aspect, which is just receptivity, just letting it flow, the openness, things are subjective sort of energy. You're meant to look at it almost as an objective, sort of a duality energy of intuition. So the best way to explore your intuition, open up your intuition, is really to be around people. You're meant to be around people. You're meant to different walks of people, not people that you're comfortable with, that like to live in the woods and stuff like that. City people, very intellectual people. You're meant to find yourself around like scholarly individuals that are deeply passionate about the pursuits of like objective truths that may challenge you. Okay. You're meant to learn from that walk of life. Because I just see you taking a pilgrimage to a place, pilgrimage to not even a place, like an energy frequency of just very high prestige, scholarly, intellectual individuals who you would see as not intuitive. They don't have this clairvoyance, clairaudience, but they actually do have this ability. It's just in a different form. It's a different fashion of expressing the same thing. Yeah. The reason why these spiritual friends are not completely satisfying you is because you're meant to go out of your comfort zone. Again, there's so much about comfort zone, like the lion. Get out of your comfort zone, lion, like in The Wizard of Oz. You know, once you get out of your comfort zone, you can cultivate more courage for yourself. Okay, but when you're so used to a comfort zone, it's easy to be cowardly. Okay, to anything that is just whoa, 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 whoa. So the spiritual friends are not deeply kind of bored with it. You know, your friends kind of bore you maybe a little bit. You know, it's fun and you know they get you, but you're bored because you're meant to be around a whole entire different group of friends. This reading seems like a quantum leap reading because I feel like where you are, you're meant to make a quantum leap to where you are energetically really want to be in this particular incarnation, like a soul awakening, like, oh my gosh, this is where I'm actually supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a totally different person than I am right now. Because you're deep in your South Node. Like, you're way over there in your South Node, but your North Node is way over here. So you need to make this quantum leap to be in your North Node so you can have this true sense of completion within all of your incarnations that are happening right now. Again, scattered in all of these particular time periods from before the Roman, like the Maionians, which is like basically in Greece energy. That probably is even before that, you know, with the whole Mesopotamians, okay, and they own the civilizations on the Indus River that's said to be maybe the first civilizations that is documented, okay, which is the start of coming into the Bronze and the Dark Ages, you know, stretched for thousands of years. You're meant to have total completion. Total wheel is complete, meaning green light. It's like all of the pieces of the pie need to be lit up for a green light, which is completion, which is I am ready to move on to the next cycle. Because the next cycle for Earth, which is the light moving into like a light and then moving into golden age, which is going to be thousands of years ahead, is a totally different cycle system. Okay, with probably totally different zodiac signs to work with. But you have to complete this before you can really energetically propel yourself into that energy. So again, Marches is something you're meant to work with in this lifetime. Like joining a cause. But again, this woman of this energy is going to come up. Like, you need to have a conversation with her. There's people in your life that you need to have a conversation with. An honest, vulnerable conversation. Like, really having your courage to have this conversation. Because there seems like there's relationships that are unresolved. Even with, I feel like you're close with your mother. There's this motherly energy around you that it feels very harmonious and compassionate. But there is this grandma energy that is around you as well. That is a departed loved one. I feel like you were close with her as well, like maybe closer to your grandmother than your mother, and I feel like she's a spirit guide to you right now, and I feel like she's helping you to make this quantum leap where you can really step into a place where you truly feel a sovereign being. Okay, a sovereign being is this feeling of everything in your aspect feels a sense of completion, like you are progressing, you're allowing yourself to evolve, to go to places you've never been, to go into that unknown, so that you can truly see your soul, okay, in a different light, a different perspective, different angle. So now I'm going to pull some cards, and it does feel you expedited. It feels like you came to this particular lifetime right now, this particular energy right now with the planet and all, even the solar system, the planets really much reflect a lot of times what's happening in our unique galaxy and the changes that are occurring in our galaxy, and right now happens to be a very monumental, like, quantum leap, like we're this cycle in like jumping all the way to a really high advanced new cycle of experiences, like I said, a zodiac wheel that we get to pull from. Oh, I want to experience that. Oh, that, and it's higher octave, higher vibration of the old 12 zodiac signs that people are so used to right now. So you coming here is because your soul knew that you could get caught up in the undertow. Imagine the undertow. It's very fast. When you get caught up, you're gone. There's undertows in the Atlantic, deep in the Atlantic. Like if you are just in the Atlantic and you get caught, you're going to find yourself just miles far in a very short amount of time, because it just sweeps you and you're just gone. So I feel like there's a rapid undertow going on underneath in the vibration right here, that if you want to get caught in it, because you'll find yourself just rapidly growing. You'll rapidly be expediting all of these lessons, and you're going to be learning them like do. I got it. So you can quickly clear out the energy, clear out house, so you can be an empty foundation, like an empty plot. Is that the way they call a plot? Like an empty plot. Like the plot before they build the foundation on, I think it's called. So you can truly be ready for just dumping the new energies onto your soul, the new energy onto this empty plot. Yeah, there's something about taking back your power. There's a lot of changes that are going to be happening for you that are going to be challenging, and you may see it as a crisis, but it is. Join the crisis. Everyone is in a crisis. It's not bad or it's not negative. It's something we want to experience to get us moving and grooving. Without crisis, we're basically dead. We can have peace when we're dead, but right here we want to have that level of crisis so we can progress and evolve our being to explore, really. Like we have this deep fascination with the space and exploring space. It reflects our internal desire to want to be better, want to progress, want to evolve. So the first card we have is Take Back Your Power. So I feel like there's a lot of energy of you need to take back your power, maybe like a victim, and I feel like this may have to do with career. I don't even really feel like you're working, really. I don't feel like a working energy. I feel almost, I'm just being honest, almost like a lazy energy surrounding you when it comes to your career. And that's why they're saying take back your power, take back your motivation, focus on a vision, come up with a strategy, come up with an agenda. Because this energy almost feels like a laziness of I don't know my purpose, and asking that again and again. I feel like you need to let go of I don't know my purpose, I don't know myself, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and to just come up with something, anything, just something. I am a person that is spiritual, but when you're allowing yourself to just be decisive about something about yourself, at the same time flexible, you're taking your power back. Okay, and you're showing the universe, you're showing the energies around you and all the agendas of the world that I came here. I came here with a strong me. Even if it's just, I'm just me, a spiritual being. But when you can commit to it, be decisive, you have a strong presence. Even if it's something that a lot of people say, I'm spiritual. But the thing is, you have this energy about, this strong energy that is unique, that is showing the world and all the agendas. I have my agenda too. Bam, here is my agenda. But I feel like you have to get to this place within yourself. So then we have career transition. So right now, I feel like you may not have a job, and you may be wanting to find a job or do something. And you may be like, I am not a corporate person, I'm not a bureaucrat, but I actually feel you're meant to find yourself in a situation where you're wearing a suit and tie. I don't feel like you energetically like that, but I feel like that is the place you're meant to be in, because it's outside of your comfort zone. It's something you're meant to learn how to play with your form, with your soul in a situation like that. A corporate, with bureaucrats. That is a part of your mission, your lesson, your life purpose. Because that is really what we do. We want to see, can I play with my form in a situation that is not really I'm comfortable with? Like being a doctor, or being a lawyer, or being just a person who's homeless, or a person who is in a corporate with cubicles. that, and you can come out and be playful and to play with your form and be happy in those kind of situations, it's like you've mastered something. So then we have sensitivity. So sensitivity is learning to master this sensitivity, this sense of I'm an empath, I can't be around people energy. Because I feel like you're like this girl, and kind of you stick to your solitude and maybe your nature, but there's much worry because it's kind of boring to you and it's not really fulfilling you, and it's kind of like life has become dull. So they're saying like this sensitivity is breaking this pattern of I'm sensitive to everyone I meet and saying I'm just compassionate to everyone I meet. And when you change it to compassion, you begin to realize compassion doesn't mean you have to allow an energy to be interfere with your energy. Like you're absorbing or they're a vampire. You just look at them, you're like, okay, they're this way, let's say they're cursing on the metro, and you're like, whoa, that's some heavy energy. You just have compassion, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go about my business. I'm still going to be my strong self. So this lifetime is about building a very strong masculine presence, which I feel like you struggle with sometimes. Like there's some sort of discouragement, even maybe some self-hatred about your appearance, about your look. And they're saying to gentleness, 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 gentleness. And I feel like my energy towards you is very different from the readings I've done in the past or any reading I've done, because I feel like I'm meant to like almost hammer on you. I'm meant to be a very strong energy to you, because I feel like there's been a lot of people, like maybe your mom or women around you, that maybe babied you or were just okay, just do that. But I feel like you need somebody hammering on you. It may be like, whoa, but I feel like you need that sort of hammering to kind of get you to crystal clear intention. Okay, crystal clear intention where you're no longer just years and years of I don't know myself, and then you find yourself 60, 70, 80, and I don't know myself, to making an definitive decision that, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm sweet, I'm compassionate. What else is there really to know? So you can willpowers, ambition, willpowers, something I feel like you're really meant to step into in this lifetime. And I feel like you've had so many alarm clocks throughout your lifetime, like wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, since you were like 18. But I feel like the fear of dying is something that is deep within your core that you're working with right now. Again, the large numbers you feel, I do feel like this March's causes you're meant to go into. So now I'm just going to pull a card of how you can best work with your spirit guides. Automatic writing is something that comes up. Again, I just see you in a suit and tie. You're meant to be in some sort of corporate world, but you may not like that. But that is your lesson, to learn how to have fun, to play with your form in that sort of setting that is uncomfortable for you. So we have a card, health and healing. So the best way to communicate with your guides is to send love, respect, and acceptance of yourself. That is when the doors open. That is when they're there. When you are literally alone. Not alone as in you're just in solitude, you don't want to be with people, but alone as in you're happy. And you're sending this healing energy. You're deciding to, I want to clean up my life. I want to clean up my energy so that I can really be an energy that's energized and excited, and an energy that just feels very playful and empowered and want to do good things in this life. Because it is all about your energy. They will help you, especially this departed grandmother. She's really wanting to work with you right now. There's been this stubbornness with you, I'm not going to lie, that you're working with. Willingness to move forward. And you're meant to move too. You're meant to leave this location. You're meant to travel somewhere else. I feel like this is a city. I feel like you might have had a corporate job when you were a young man, but you're meant to have another corporate job. Like working in a cubicle. I feel like you're meant to, maybe a place like California. It feels like a sunny city that you may be traveling to live in, and the guides are saying to go ahead with that, because that's going to make you so much happier than being around these spiritual people you're with. I feel like they're kind of lazy themselves. Like I don't know what they're doing, but it just feels like I don't know, the energy is not in supportive is supportive of the energy where you're meant to be, deep in your North Node energy. So I hope you enjoyed this reading and found it very insightful and empowered you to reach greater things for yourself in this lifetime. Okay, bye!